So you want to learn how to weight paint. That's okay, I'm here to help you. So right now, this armature is completely disconnected from this mesh. If I were to move this armature, it doesn't move at all. That's okay. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to select the mesh, and then we're going to shift click the armature. Control P, and we're going to do with empty groups. Now there's envelope weights and there's automatic weights. I don't mess around with envelope weights, so I'm not quite sure on what it does. But with automatic weights, that is, it's really janky. You normally do not want to do it. We can try it right now, see if it works. And for this mesh, it does work. However, if you're doing something like a fully humanized rig or fingers or hair and things of that nature, they don't always get that detailed and they don't always know what they're doing. And that's okay, this tutorial is here to help you. So once you did do the mesh and then the armature, Control P, you're going to want to do empty groups. That's so that way this mesh is now tied to this armature, however it still doesn't move. Why is that? It's because these bones do not have weights. And the way we are going to give it weights is we are going to select the armature and then the mesh. And in object mode, where you would usually go to edit mode, there are new options. There's vertex paint, weight paint, texture paint, and right now we're going to go to weight paint. So as you can see, the entire mesh is blue, and when it's blue, that means it is not moving. It is not going to move. It won't deform to your armature. And a good thing to know when you are weight painting, there is a rainbow scale on how things move. Like with strengths, here we can do this now. So as you can see, it is literally just a rainbow. Like the less something is moving, the more blue it is, and the more something is moving, the more red / orange it's gonna get. So it can go all the way up to red, and that is the max it will go. It won't go past red. And that means that under every single circumstance, that mesh will absolutely 100% move to what that bone wants it to. But we aren't going to do that. That was just me showing you the rainbow of the scale. So right now, I like to set my strength to 100 because I always like my armatures moving almost 100% to what my armatures are doing. You don't have to do that though. So right now, the way I selected this armature is I hit Control and I clicked it, and now it has a blue outline. That's how I know that this is the bone that I'm editing. So when you are weight painting armatures, you when you do it, you have to weigh every single one of these bones individually. And that's because you're telling which bone what they can and cannot move. So while we have this bone selected, as it is at the base of this little curve that I made, you want that to be completely red. Or as if you were doing hair, you would completely skip this bone and you would go to the second one and do this red for hair. So that way this root would stay at the bottom because blue does not move. So let's do this as if it were hair, because assumingly, like, hair is very, what's the word? It's very fluent. It moves in all sorts of ways. It's crazy. So as if this were hair, I would completely skip the first bone, as that would be tied to the roots of the head. Right here, I'm gonna have these right here be red. So that way that bone right there completely moves to this piece right here. And as you can see, the armature ends at this spot, so I'm gonna have it be both right here. And I'm just gonna continue doing that. So like for this one, I would have this one be red because that's within this armature's little, I guess, section right here. And right here, as you can see, I'm only doing one at a time. And that's because it's a little bit janky, but for things like fingers, you would have these spheres right here be like the knuckles of your fingers. So, as if it were fingers, you would do this. So that way, like, knuckle 1 right here would move to this one, because your fingers only have 3 joints. And that's just how, you know, your fingers work. That's mainly what I do in terms of weight painting. You can do this, as I said, with hair. You can do this with fingers. You can do this with arms, legs, like feet, wrists, toes, all that stuff. And it'll work like that. But right now, since I am moving things to the completest of red, which is 100% movement, I'm just going to do one and this little rainbow bit you're seeing means that this section right here will move 100%, and the more blue it gets, the less it'll move. So this green right here, it will only follow this joint right here around 50%. You can also overlap these reds. So as if I were to have this bone have this red and this bone also be red, what it would do is it would, weird choice of words right now, but it would share custody of these vertices right here. But that's not what we're doing right now. It's a kind of a creative way to do 50-50 sharing. But usually people will either do strength up here set to 50 or, you know, something not 100. This is just my personal way of doing things. You obviously don't have to do it this way. If you find an alternative way, that's completely all you. But again, it comes down to preference, which is normally what Blender is. It's all just your preference of doing things. So as we finish this up, now we can go back into object mode, and I can start pose mode. And see? Now it'll move it. Like, I can even probably straighten it out. Like, whoa! This can be like flowing hair, or it can even be like an accessory, or something along those lines. Like, look, you can even shape it down. Like, here. You know? Have it be like a, I don't know, like a wilting candle or something. But yeah, that's honestly about it. When you do this with hands and fingers, you can even have armatures like come out of here, and you can have that complete affect completely other pieces of meshes. Whatever you want to do. This is just like a very basic way of doing it. So this is mainly for like as if you're just now starting it. But that is honestly about it. It is armatures deforming meshes. That's all weight painting is.